how did I become an otaku? That was probably the weirdest thing I've ever done on camera before in my entire life. Probably not, actually. Well, my first real exposure to the otaku world was when my grandma misunderstood me when I saw a commercial for the Pokemon game, for Pokemon Blue and Red on TV. She misunderstood me and thought I wanted it, and so she bought it for me. And I didn't want it. I thought it looked stupid. But that's normal for me. I usually always think something is stupid and then end up loving it. So I went ahead and started playing it just because she bought it for me, and decided that I was just gonna make her feel good and start playing it. I was immediately addicted and hooked completely. I mean, it was just, that's all I wanted to do for the rest of my life, was just sit there and play Pokemon. And she actually had the Super Nintendo thing. You put the Game Boy piece in and then you put it so you could have it on the big screen. That's how I played Pokemon for a good portion of my life, was on that big, huge screen at her house, because I didn't take it home with me. Eventually she let me take it home with me and I started playing on the little Game Boys, but for the most part, a good portion of the beginning was actually on the big screen because of the Super Nintendo thing that you could put in there. It was amazing. I had been exposed to anime prior to that, though, when I was a really little kid and still watching Nick Jr. Nick Jr. had 3 animes on their network, and I watched those, and I liked them. But when I first got into anime as anime, or became an otaku, would have been when I was a sophomore in high school, and I would have been about 16. I was 15 when I first watched Yu-Gi-Oh! And my friend Nikki came over and wanted to see Yu-Gi-Oh! So we went to Walmart and we bought a big tape. And she came from a town where WB wasn't on the cable network that she had. So I had it where I lived, because I lived in a bigger town. Yeah, that's how small of an area I come from. So we went and we bought the big, you know, VHS tapes, and I recorded 8 hours of Yu-Gi-Oh! For her. Within those 8 hours of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I was taping for about 2 weeks, I got into it. And it really was irritating to me, because I didn't want to get into this whole anime thing. I didn't want to get into the anime thing. After I got into Yu-Gi-Oh!, she decided she was going to get me into all the other ones that she liked. So Inuyasha, Gundam Wing, Yu Yu Hakusho, all that stuff. And eventually she talked me into buying a Shonen Jump, which started the manga thing for me. And that was pretty much it. You know, I mean, it started before with Pokemon, Digimon, and Monster Rancher, 3 animes that I still really adore in my heart because I'm such a nostalgic person. And actually, Monster Rancher is pretty cool. And the first 2 seasons, well, the first season of Digimon is really cool. And the second season is okay, except for the end, but we're not going to get into that. But when I first became an otaku, I would have to say was when I watched Yu-Gi-Oh!, Gundam Wing, and Inuyasha for the very first time in my life. And Yu Yu Hakusho as well, because I watched that the same day I watched Gundam Wing for the very first time. But that would have been it. I was like 16 in that time period. It was like 2002, 2003, in that little vicinity of time. And that is kind of where it all happened. And thanks to that, this is what I have. Holy crap. So I'll see you guys next week.